Yeah, thank you very much. My name is Dr. Ademola Adenobi, and I'm the founder and CEO of EduTAMS. At EduTAMS, what we understand is that technology is critical to education, and it helps to streamline the bottlenecks that you have in administrative processes. It also used to enhance teaching and learning outcomes, giving government and private school administrators valid and reliable data to be able to take decisions. So that's important. And as much as this is understandable, the fact there is that less than 10% of private and public schools in Nigeria use technology to optimize efficiency within the education system. And this is because there are a lot of concern around the use of technology, being that it's expected to be affordable, adaptable, and interoperable. But unfortunately, we do not have this. So for us at EduTAMS, what we have done is to build EduTAMS as a school and learning management system to address the different education space, focusing majorly around public-private school, the public K-12 school, the private basic schools, and also the tertiary education institution. For us at EduTAMS, building this as a customizable and scalable solution is that we have the EduTAMS Basic that is focusing majorly around the public-private school sector. And it's expected or is designed to be a multi-tenant cloud system that allows each of the private schools to have an account and be able to digitize and automate every key activities of their school process, including learning, admission, payment, result processing, sharing lesson notes, and even having assessment on the platform. We've also built the EduTAMS Essential as a centralized cloud platform for government to be able to coordinate activities of their K-12 schools, whether it's pre-primary, primary, or secondary school level, and digitizing also all other activities, including examination, like Becker, having enrollment and registration of new schools, learning and sharing lesson notes and assessments with students, also digitizing the computation of results as such that every learner will be able to get their result online, and giving every learner a unique ID that will allow them to do inter-school transfer and giving government reliable data with which they can inform policy decision, planning, monitoring, and evaluation. We also have the EduTAMS Pro that is targeted for tertiary education institutions, be it polytechnic, college, or university, where they will be able to digitize and automate activities, administrative, and academics from the point of admission through registration, bursary, up to the point of graduation, including generating their transcript, making it easier that at graduation, every student can have their result. And so for us, EduTAMS is like being a platform, a single platform for government, for private school administrators, for teachers, for parents, and for students to be able to interact and do what they have to do with education. You may be able to visit our stand to learn more about how EduTAMS is helping the government, the private school administrator, teacher, and student, including parents. And so what are we doing differently? What we're doing differently is that we're making EduTAMS as such that agency approach is embedded, which means we can work more with people, collaborate, and create a platform for them with which they can extend EduTAMS to other areas, which means we are solving accessibility issue that every school should be able to work with us. We're also making it a self-burden approach, where even if it's government, they could take ownership of the platform and be able to use it for their own. And then it's customizable, which means we can also customize and adapt EduTAMS to the different local need, because we understand the requirement of different states, of different schools, of different users differs, and so we actually capture that in our approaches. Now, our business model is focusing on the understanding that we feel that agency and collaboration is key in the EdTech space, and also ensuring that payment and subscription or pricing model is flexible enough to allow the different end users to be able to key into it. So we have the subscription model where we'll be able to pay per term. We have the access fee model where you pay between 200 and 500 naira per user. We also have the transaction charges approach, where transactions that goes through the platform are charged between 1% and 5%, giving allowance for different end users to be able to choose what fits in for them and making it enough flexible. So in terms of our traction, over the last 3 years, we've been able to build our user base. moving from less than half a million to over 1.5 million users running our platform today. And on the line of schools, we've been able to grow from 1 to over 2,500 schools riding on the EduTAMS across the public, private, and even the tertiary education institutions. And in terms of revenue, we've been able to move our revenue in the last 3 years to over 200 million naira per year. We hope that in the next 3 years, we'll be able to build our user base to over 5 million and our school base moving over 5,000 and revenue moving over 3 billion naira by 2026. And we also must give credit to Mastercard because with the Mastercard Foundation, we've been able to move our subscription base on the EduTAMS Basic over 100% in the last 1 year, at least in the last 6 months. And that's given us the fact that because we're able to move learning system into our management system and is helping greatly, impacting the learning that we're having in our basic and public school. Together, we have put a team of people, young, astute, and dynamic young guys who are committed strongly to making an impact in the education space. Myself, as a PhD holder with interest in computer science and with research interest in education management information system, standing before you as the CEO, and I have Mr. Suleodu working with me as the COO, and a host of other people managing our customer relationship, product development, digital education, support, and also technology. We are hoping that with this process, we'll be able to raise over around $2 million to be able to move into other critical states across Nigeria and the African continent to serve the education space, especially the public school system where they are majorly underserved, because we feel that we can make a whole lot of impact. And with this, we'll be using the money to do product development, hire new talents, be able to penetrate the market with our marketing strategy and also with our operating costs. So on this note, I thank you very much for giving us the understanding and for being here.
A round of applause for Dr.